Well, Vic, you got a feeling. You got a feeling yesterday.
Kenny Smith has the same feeling. Last night on the postgame show, Kenny Smith said, let me tell you something right now. OKC does not want to see Game 7 back home. He said it. They do not want to see a Game 7 with Jokic back home in their place. As much as everybody, and I agree, when you're facing elimination, the pressure's on you. But I'm telling you right now, OKC better go all out tonight. Because if they lose tonight, who's the pressure on Sunday?
It's going to be on them as the number one seed, even though they're going to be at home. I mean, Game 7s are squirrely. Anything can happen. So, yeah, I'm sure they realize that. So maybe they'll go all out tonight. I think the Nuggets are winning tonight. I think this is going 7. They're going to have 2 days off. And then Sunday at what time Sunday? Sunday day?
1:30.
Then Sunday day, let it all hang out.
Well, the winner in all this is Minnesota, who, if this does go 7 for the Nuggets and the Thunder, Minnesota's going to have a week off, an entire week of rest before that series starts again. They're going to be chilling.
God, man, it's amazing the gifts that some of these teams are dealt in the postseason. That, you face Golden State and they lose Steph. By the way, what happened to playoff Jimmy?
He gone.
Jimmy Butler was awful. Like, terrible.
As soon as Steph Curry was out, that series was over.
Well, I understand, but isn't this what Jimmy has been known for, that in the playoffs he carries Miami to finals appearances and stuff like that? What the hell happened? But secondly, it's like he gets injured. You have injuries that's really all over the playoffs. I mean, Tatum tears his Achilles. I know that series felt like it was pretty much over by the time that happened anyway, but still, guys dropping like flies. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, the Nuggets are contending with a team that's like, we'll go like 12 deep if we have to. It's fine. Yeah, we'll be okay. And the Nuggets have one guy who can't use his shoulder, and they're like, I'm going to need you to give me 38 minutes tonight. How's that sound?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
I'm with you guys. I mean, I don't think I'm as forceful about the optimism as Vic seems to be. I think the Nuggets win. I still am a little concerned with the late game stuff.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that they won't have the legs that OKC will late, so if you don't have a huge cushion, that you could be in some trouble.
Well, you should be concerned because it's a trend. I mean, listen, if the Nuggets do not win tonight, I will be disappointed. It feels like we're playing with house money based on what we all felt at the end of the regular season, where a lot of people didn't even know if they'd get past the first round. They did. A lot of people didn't expect them to be competitive against OKC. Hell, this series should be over. I mean, they should have beaten them by now, so they did. But tonight, if you look at the history of the Nuggets and who they are and what they are, when they're doubted, they're at their best. Tonight's a game they should win. And you should feel upset if they don't win tonight. I can't say the same thing about the series. If they don't win the series, I get it. But tonight they should win.
I know everything packs in the postseason for all teams. It does. Just packs in, gets tighter. But have you had any recon opportunity here in the last couple of days as you made it home, discussions with people, talks, feelings, thoughts, moods, anything of that nature? Or is it just going in, hey, man, whatever happens, happens?
Recon about what?
Thoughts, moods, feelings.
Well, I'm going to tell you what the thoughts were.
Positivity, confidence around this team.
Let me tell you what the thoughts were in the locker room after the game. So everybody always assumes, in fact, my brother said, oh, man, it just seems like the fans care more than the players. And I'm going to tell you, when the players, I'm sitting next to the locker room as the players are walking in, right, for postgame the other night. I don't recall, and it's been a long time, I'm trying to remember the last time I saw so many angry Nuggets players. And I'm not going to tell you who said it, but there's a lot of cursing. There was a lot of that's the second time we let that happen. It's defiant. They were not head down thinking about Cancun, put it that way. They were angry. And in the locker room afterwards, every soundbite we got was almost a foregone conclusion that the series is going back to Oklahoma City.
Okay, then show it. If there's anger and angst and we let it get over, then go show it. If you want to make up for it, you go show it tonight in Game 6 and
Yes.
you get it done.
Now, I love that attitude. Go show it.
Get off the mat and
Yes.
go.
You could put your head down and play hard. At the end of the day, you got to make shots. At the end of the day, basketball is such a simple game. It's so simple. Everybody, play hard. Play defense. Get back. Rebound. Second chance. Make shots. Make shots, and none of that matters.
The Bull Durham manager. I mean, let's think about it. That famous line in the shower scene, the Bull Durham manager. Baseball is a simple game. You throw the ball. You catch the ball. You hit the ball.
And on the surface,
you shoot the ball and make shot because you can. It's not like we're asking guys who like, hey, listen, DJ, I'm going to need you to take at least 10 threes tonight and make 7 of them. I mean, that can't happen. That would never happen. You know what I mean? But you're asking guys who they routinely do it and they can do it very well. Let's do it.
yeah, it comes down to I think just a couple of guys. We can talk about Jamal. We can talk about the others on this team that, hey, if Westbrook's is this, I think more than anything else, what we've seen over the course of this series, for the most part, especially in Game 5, when the game's tight, late, Jokic did his job in Game 5 and nobody else did. And it really felt like if just one other guy could do something, that's all it would take.
I don't see MPJ, Russ, and Christian Brown. Everything can happen, but I think they'll shoot better tonight. Problem is, every time we say trends are going to reverse, maybe Joker doesn't shoot as well tonight.
Right.
We can't assume that. I mean, Joker broke out in that game, but maybe they treat him differently tonight.
He's had
maybe
three.
This is one of those games where Joker, sort of returns to that Joker we saw the last 3, and everybody else has to carry him.
He's had 3 bad shooting games in this series and 2 good ones. Game 1 and Game 5 were his good ones. Now, I would imagine that Jokic with a real incentive, which is I'm going home if I don't win this game, I can't see him having an off night tonight, no matter what OKC does to try and stop him. I think he'll just find a way. Adelman actually said that. It's something we didn't mention, at least on this show, that Adelman said heading into Game 5 that Jokic watched a lot of tape, and he said something, I don't know if you remember this, Vic. I'll paraphrase it, that Jokic found something. And then in Game 5, he goes off for 44 points.
Find it again.
Well,
or if you have it, show it again.
He faced up and hit jumpers early. And when you face up and you hit those little leaners early, it forces them to come out to you, and then you can act a little more. Plus, he's making threes. When he makes threes, it's over. I think we can all agree. If Joker makes early threes, game's over.
You know how Jokic can easily get a one-on-one, by the way? Because you said it face up. When he's got his back to the basket, it's hard to see where the help is coming from. But when Jokic does this number, I always think this is the funniest shot Jokic has in his bag. Because it looks the laziest and somehow the easiest. He's faced up, guy in front, he does this. Step.
Yeah.
And then he just leans back and shoots over the guy. And you're like, well, how is it that easy just to get that shot off? But they're terrified. So he's going to make a move on him.
So let me ask you guys this. Tonight, given the circumstances, it's a must-win. Do you dabble with the lineup change? Do you do anything differently? Is it the same starting 5?
I think it probably
same
I
five.
think it is.
Same 5, yeah.
So we established that. Now, what do you do differently during the course of the game?
If Mike can't shoot, then get him out. His sole purpose in life, well, I guess it's going to be P-Watt.
It could. You know what? I didn't mind. Strother I thought was fine in his minutes. Like maybe
you want to go small, put Julian in. That's fine too.
It's not even about going small. It's just what is the mindset you want. Yeah. You could put Peyton Watson in, and maybe Peyton can hit a couple corner threes, but he's more defensive. Or if you still want the spacing part, Strother would bring that. So
can I offer something else? Why? There's many reasons why the Nuggets beat the Clippers, but what is one of the behind the scenes? Why do we know the Nuggets were able to beat the Clippers? Because Russell Westbrook was so good off the bench, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
so good. So over the last 2 games, and this is something that I think gets lost because everybody's blaming MPJ. Everybody's on MPJ. Over the last 2 games, Russell Westbrook is 3 for 19.
Yep.
Not good, Vic.
So I think it's more than just one player. It's always more. He's your bench. He is your bench.
He's most of your bench.
He's your bench. The reason why the Nuggets beat the Clippers is because he, representing your bench, outplayed them in many games. Those numbers over the last 2 games, big reason why you couldn't beat them.